Hello people of the internet, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I didn't get around to it yesterday because I ran out of time, but thought, having known about and followed Super Junior for a fairly long time, and this being my first comeback having, this little platform where I ramble on about music and stuff, I thought, why not let's take a listen through the album. It's not a full album, it's an EP, so it's got 5 tracks on it, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 5 tracks on it. So I thought, why not let's enjoy a little bit of Suju music and listen to the album properly. So, not much. Oh, wrong screen, there we go. Not much in the way of like an intro, really. Yeah, pretty straightforward, just basic album listen. For those of you who've never seen one of these before, usually just go through the album once, once per song, just kind of like a short form version of what I usually do on the videos where I talk about the song, points that I like. I do look at the lyric videos, but there is a very high possibility I won't take in the lyrics perfectly the first run through, mainly because the way I process new music is my ears will take over, so my eyes kind of just like blank out and I don't take in the visual aspect of it, my background, while I'm not like properly like music school trained or anything like that. I grew up around music, so my brain's kind of wired in that direction where it picks out bits and pieces of the music before lyrics and like the MV part of it. And while we don't have the MV, we've got the lyrics for it, and it's going to be the same way. So if I miss any important parts of the lyrics, apologies in advance. It's just a downside of how I interpret music, so you get used to it after a while. But anyways, here we go. First track, Celebrate. This is a brilliant song, by the way. 3, 2, 1. It's the twinkling synths that do it for me. Nice falsetto flip from Rook there. I love that the second half of Yesung's phrase there is really heavily syncopated. It's such a nice flow change. Baby, let's celebrate, do my parade. I love this chorus so much. Let's celebrate children party. 또 함께 이것저리 다 같이 함께 always. And then the way Took just flows into the second verse is so smooth. That like second verse there, the fact that we get 4 very different vocal colors, no pre-chorus, straight into the chorus again. Do my parade. It is such a feel-good song, though. Keep each other with the vocals. And then someone's on that second vocal part at the top there, harmonizing. Okay, always. Take it up for the bridge. Vocal and hook. Key change. 약속할 테니. And I love that Joel kept his chest voice here instead of forcing a falsetto. 함께 함께 always celebrate. I already said my piece about this song. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm trying this whole queue system so I don't keep popping in and out of the full screen mode, so apologies if this doesn't make sense or if this doesn't work, but celebrate, yeah. If you want the full, like, proper breakdown of me, like, talking about the song, it's in the channel. It's, like, one of the more recent videos I've done, or even I can link it up there in the I button if you want to hear, like, the proper thoughts about this song in particular, but we're going to move on to the rest of the album. We have 4 more songs to go. White Christmas. Very crunchy guitar. Not much snow left on the ground anymore today. Joel's high vocals just like pierce through. It's like Suju has very clear vocals for every single member, and the way they arrange each member to sing is so distinct. Ooh. We're getting high vocals from Took and Eunkyuk right now? Hell yeah. Wow. Oof. The lyrics for this one, though. Hey, shout out Home Alone one time. That is a classic film. God, this is such a happy, peppy song, but the lyrics are just like kind of depressing. Really nice contrast having Shion and Donghae have really low, the lower range, and then the unison part be really high in the register. That's very nice. Ooh, cut the instrumental back for this chorus. Nice falsetto from Bicho there. Is that how the song ends? Oh, okay. I kind of like this. Here's the thing with with any kind of art form. There's a phrase called contrast creates focus. It's primarily like a filmmaking thing, where say you have a scene, and then you want to like bring the viewer's attention to one certain point. The best way to do it is to just have this complete opposite thing just like up here on screen, or like incorporated into the scene, so that little bit of like disconnect or this certain thing that's happening on screen that's so different from the rest. That's the point of attention that the viewer is supposed to look at. It's the same in music, where say you've got a really nice chorus or a nice verse, and then you get to a pre-chorus or a bridge, and all of a sudden you hit the brakes, the energy comes back down, and then you slowly build up, and then boom, like the big flourish into the chorus or the final chorus, the outro, whatever it is. That's your focus point. It's like the killing point in all songs is pretty most likely created by using some form of contrast, musically, whatever it is. With this song, the the contrast isn't in the musical part, it's the relationship between the music and the lyrics that's creating the contrast. Because if you just listen to the song on its own and don't pay attention to the lyrics at all, it's a really, I don't know, like kind of. It's like Bob and Wade kind of happy song, but you read the lyrics and it's really sad. It's just like, I'm alone on Christmas. I'm. It's like a self-loathing kind of song. Like, oh, you're not here. I'm spending Christmas alone on the couch being depressed. But the song sounds. That is a kind of disconnect you only get by actually understanding the song. It really helps having lyric videos like this, because you have this new sense of appreciation for the song. Because without it, it genuinely does sound like a cheery, happy, like poppy Christmas song. But in reality, it kind of isn't. It's like it's a happy take on a really depressing topic of being alone for Christmas. It's like, okay, I quite like that. That's a good song. Okay. Next up is Snowman. Now, this for some reason is the only song that I couldn't find like a reputable line distribution or like a color-coded lyrics video. This one I have pulled up was the only one I could find full stop. And it had like a handful of views total. And I mean a literal handful of views total. So I don't know how reputable this is going to be or how accurate this is going to be, but we're going to go with it regardless because it's working with what we have. So okay, not the direction I thought this was going to go. Really clean acoustic guitar though. There's your contrast for you. It's almost like a loungy type Christmas song. Ooh, falsetto flip. Interesting. This harmonica line came in like midway through the chorus. That's very interesting. I was wondering what that was because it sounded like a filtered acoustic guitar part that was playing the melody, but it was a harmonica. Lots of acoustic instrumentation behind it. Like the bass moving up and down is probably more of an upright bass instrument sample. And the guitar part is a very clean, like acoustic guitar sound. And then we're getting the harmonica back. Yeah. There we go. There's the delayed entrance of the instrumental. Interesting choice for the harmonica. I'll talk about it after the song's over. Ooh, nice break. Very nice. There's that last final measure of the outro solidified it for me. There was a very small bit of like a lounge jazz type of feel, especially in the very beginning, where you have like right now this is like a very cheerful, almost like slice of life OST type of song. If you can understand where I'm coming at, it's like, you know, kind of playful, really lighthearted, just like without a care in the world type of. And then you bring in the piano and the bass and it almost turns into like a loungy song. And the moving bass really turns it into a loungy song. And so the first half of the chorus is, you know, it's probably the most, I would say, predictable chorus in terms of like the song style that we've had so far in the three songs. It follows the previous sections of the song to a T almost. The instrumentation, I think if I had to say something, like the almost like lounge jazzy feel is almost entirely gone. What is that song called? If you've ever played Persona 4 Golden, it reminds me of the opening from Persona 4 Golden with the harmonica and the kind of like pep in your step kind of light pop song with the harmonica and the acoustic guitar. That's what it reminds me of. Like, hold on. So I'm just pulling up Spotify and like getting the comparison going, but like this is the opening from Persona 4 Golden, which is a great song, by the way. A great game as well. It's a kind of like same lighthearted, like cheery feel to it that I quite enjoy. And this song's kind of the same way. Especially once we get this harmonica part that builds up behind it. And I love that little harmonica interlude. But that's a good song. It's a very fitting B-side, I think, to the rest of the album so far. Alright, next song, White Love. This, they did on their showcase, like little live stream they did. I didn't watch it, but I saw clips of it. Get into an early 2010s, like, rave vibe. Very high energy. This will definitely get you going. It's so energetic, especially that like thumping bass drum. I can dig this. Breakdown. Not much of a breakdown, actually. The instrumental took a little bit of a break, but it still had enough of the original song in it where it didn't feel like it was a completely separate song. That's good. Ooh, delay drop into a key change. This song right now feels like it would be exhausting to sing. There isn't a lot of places in the song where like the vocalist can take a breath during their verse. Nice. Oh, that's a short song. I kind of wanted more of that. Like, I will say, I appreciate the key change. I'm a sucker for like key change, so. I think we went back a little bit too far, but. That's very well done. It's the way you tease that final chorus for a measure, cut it off, and in that silence bump the key up one step, and then pretend like it never happened. Keep the song going. You know what I would have loved to have on this song? Would be to have one part of the chorus be in unison. Or just to give that last little bit of like oomph to the chorus, because not that it needs it or anything, but I would have loved to get, especially in the final chorus with the key change after the break in Kyuhyun's like little tease into the final chorus. By having that little break, you're building up the energy that you worked the entire song up until that point. And then that key change is allowing that energy to, explode into the final chorus. I would have loved to have the extra chorus at the end just have even more energy by having all the members sing it. I think that would have been really neat. But again, it doesn't need it. This song's already high energy enough. Like, I'm tired listening to it. I can't imagine how exhausting this would be to sing it. But this one's pretty good. This one might be my B-side of the year, not B-side of the year. Oh, jeez, what am I saying? B-side of the album for me. But last song is, it's a subunit. So who's in it? Yesung, Ryowook, and Kyuhyun. Okay, main vocal energy. I'm down for that. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we going soft. We going. Ooh. Perfect chords. Perfect chord sequence right there. Actually, this is I don't know if this is like a pre-established subunit or not, but this is a very solid lineup of voices for a subunit. Because it's 3 different vocalists with very distinct vocal colors. Yesung's voice, when he puts some power behind it, is really satisfying to listen to. It's almost like Kyuhyun's voice in terms of like vocal color and where it sits almost right between Yesung and Ryowook. You have Kyuhyun in the middle. Yesung's got a very rich voice, and then Ryowook has an almost airy voice. And there's Kyuhyun's nice, rich, mellow top voice. Key change. In the middle of a vocal run. Interesting choice. Pop off, King. Let's go. It's not a traditional. It's a very jazzy second to last chord. Nice major chord, home chord to end it off. Very long drop for that last note. That's gorgeous. That is the other side of the Christmassy song spectrum that Super Junior pretty much covered the entire range. Like, you had your super high energy, cheery Christmassy song, and then just work down the scale, and then at the very end when you have If Only You is just the most gorgeous. It's the kind of song you would hear when you're having the panning wide shot of a family cuddled together on the couch and on the floor, and there's some blankets in front of a lit fireplace at like 11 p.m. on Christmas Eve. This is the kind of song you would play. And I think the fact that it's these three voices doing it as well is just so perfect. Like, again, I said before, I don't know if this is a pre-established subunit in Super Junior at all. There was a phase in Super Junior where I'd known about their music and things like that. And then I kind of fell out of love with K-pop as an industry as a whole, I think, in the peak of high school, just because it was like some kind of like social suicide to like be an out K-pop stan back in the day. And during that time, I don't know what happened. Like, the end of second gen happened, third gen came around. I was so behind when I jumped back in when I had time during uni. But these three voices together as a subunit is so perfect for a song like this. I think this might be a controversial take, so bear with me. I don't think these three alone could have pulled off the high energy songs previously on the album. I think these three and their voices match this soft ballad type so well that it's almost a waste to have them sing like a peppy song. So I'm glad they kept this as like a special track, just the three of them at the very end. Primarily, that's where most ballads on an album go, is the very end. And I'm so glad that these three and this song wrapped up the album, because it's a perfect touch. It's like the album really reads like a Christmas party. Like, you start off with Celebrate, you know, everyone's arriving, everyone's high spirits. It's just before the food arrives, everyone's what do you call it? Everyone is... Wow, I can't think of the word. Oh, everyone's like mingling together, socializing. And then of course you get to the point where there's too many people, you're getting frustrated with how the night's going. That's where Hate Christmas comes in. Snowman and White Love is like what happens during like the dinner party and when the food comes out and the alcohol starts flowing, then the chaos of everybody leaving for the night, and then once you're left with like the core family at the end of the night, then you get If Only You. Everyone's like tuckered out for the night, they're huddled together. It's a more like intimate quiet time instead of compared to like the chaos of having tons of people over at your house. It's a really well written album. I quite enjoy it, and I rambled for a lot about the album now that I look at it. She didn't realize I was talking for almost half an hour. Sorry. I get quite passionate about music sometimes, but this was very good. This was a very good album, and it's their 11th album. Jeez. They've been about for time, haven't they? Oh. Anyways, very solid Christmassy album. In fact, it might be the only Christmas like holiday dedicated album that I've seen this year so far. I know NCT Dream had their Candy album, which I don't know if that's considered a winter album or a holiday album or like an actual comeback, but we'll check out that coming up here soon enough. But yeah, that was a great time. I love having Super Junior music. They are such a vibe there. They're a fun group to have around. And I think the world's a better place by having them around, so I'm super happy with it. I'm super happy with it. Anyways, that's it for me today. If you want to check out more from me, channel icon is up there. Keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos and stuff by subscribing. Find the back catalog of stuff I watched in the past. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye bye.